Hello lovelies. So this video is a little bit different than my usual videos that I've been putting out. So this is my recording of me doing the sew along with Enchanted Rose Costumes, and it took me a little bit longer than she did hers. She did hers in 2 days, but on the second day I got my vaccine before she started. So I was out of commission that whole day, and I kept trying to do it and trying to do it and trying to do it, but eventually on, I think it was the Wednesday after the Sunday, so 3-4 days later, I was able to finally finish up. So this pattern she picked out, and I got the fabric and all the materials to do it. So I did it, but of course I made changes to it. My first change was I picked the length of skirt. In this pattern, there's 3 lengths of skirt. There's one just above the knee. There's one kind of like a mid-calf, below the knee situation. And then there's one that's ankle length. I chose to do the one that was just below the knee. I did this because I don't like my knees. It's kind of that simple. If I'm going to wear a skirt, I want it below my knees. If I'm going to wear pants, I want them to be around my ankles. I don't like my knees. I really don't. I like the shape of my legs, I just don't like my knees. So the second change I made was I did a full, huge, puffy bishop sleeve. Now this pattern does call for a bishop sleeve. However, I have long arms, so I always add 1.5 to 2 inches to all my long sleeves. Otherwise, I just get a sleeve that's like 1 inch too short. And this is a bishop sleeve. It's supposed to be dramatic. It's supposed to be puffy. It's supposed to be fluffy. So I did that. And then the third change I made was I did a double cuff, and I did it a button cuff. This pattern, it's a slip-on cuff. It's kind of loose. It isn't fitted, and I like having the buttons on my sleeves. So I did a double cuff. It's like 3 inches wide, and it's lovely. I love this sleeve. It turned out so dramatic and so billowy. It is hard to do dishes in. I will admit that. But if it's a day where you just want to be dramatic and have a big floppy sleeve, this is the sleeve for you. That was the third change I made. I did a double cuff, which is instead of doing the traditional cuff of just a rectangle that you fold over, I did 2 rectangles, sewed wet edge together, and then just did a traditional cuff. So I'm calling it a double cuff. Really, it's just a cuff that I did twice the size. Yeah. So the last change I made was I made the collar that's on view D in the pattern, and I did this because I like collars on my dresses. I like this dress. I'd like it more if it was like a collar. It's just me. If it's a shirt dress, I think it should have a collar. I think shirts should have collars. If it's a blouse, that's one thing. Blouses can be flowy. Blouses, a peasant blouse, that's a blouse. A shirt, I think, needs a collar. Terminology. So, yes. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention before I started letting you listen to some music and watch me fluff around with fabric and needles and buttons is that I'm thinking about doing some live videos. If you've been watching my channel, you know I release a sewing video every other week. Whether that's a part of the belt project or a wardrobe expansion video. So I've thought about doing some lives where I just kind of talk to you and try to do something. The first one I thought about trying to do was a vintage makeup and I'd really like some feedback if you think that'd be a good idea, or if I should just record myself trying to do this type of thing where I just have a topic and I try to do something with it, whether that's sewing on a button, sewing a hem, trying to do my hair and makeup, which I am horrible at because I never played around with it when I was younger. I just threw my hair back in a ponytail or a braid and left. As you can see, most of the time I don't wear makeup, but I thought it might be something kind of fun. And if you have any comments about it or suggestions for these live videos, let me know down below. I will be linking Enchanted Rose's Sew Along down below if you're interested in watching her do it. Part of the reason I'm not talking during this video is she does a much better job of explaining what she's doing and the changes she makes. There are 3 parts to her actual Sew Along, and there's an introduction to it where she talks about the changes she made to her bodice, and so I will link those for you. She went to school for this. I'm just am an amateur trying to share my passion with all of you. But let me know what you think of my live ideas and this video, and I hope you all enjoy.